Hey guys, how's it going? If anyone is in the chat, hello. It has been about a month or so since I went live. It's just been with one thing or another, holiday and different things. So just gonna get back into a few things, and I wanted to get back in to do a bit more Harry Potter because it's been a bit of time since I've managed to get into it. So you'll have to bear with me as I go through some of the features again. A few things I still need to do. I still need to get a few things for this potion for Professor Sharp, as well as a few other things. Yeah. I'm still not sure what the new post is, actually. I think I've opened them all. But I can always check back on them. So quests. Yeah. Just to see, try and see where we are, where we left off. Beast class. Caretaker's Lunar Lament. Professor Sharp's assignment. And one there for Madame Gowaga. What was that one again? Pop balloons over Hogsmeade Station. Pop balloons over the Quidditch pitch. I've done one over Hogsmeade, okay. Are they flying then? I suppose that's probably went in to get the flying, the broom. Yeah, I did, okay. Well, I suppose that's easy enough to do. Next time I'm out there, I can do that. I think these are the main two then. Beast Class and the Caretaker's Lunar Lament. So, I could try and see where this is. See the map. Make sure I get this. Beast Class. Okay, sorry, marked out for me. Good, good. Okay. I hope everyone's been doing well. If the music is too loud, let me know. I did turn it down a bit last time I was on this, but I still felt it was a bit loud. It might be alright, but you can always let me know. Okay. Let me see, how does I run again? Just, okay, that's it. Maybe it's up then I have to go, rather than down. Ah, there we are. I knew I had it. I knew I had the run tag to one of the buttons attached, so there we are. Okay. And thank you to anyone who has followed recently. Robert Gracie and a few others, thank you very much. Good to see you. And hope you enjoy the content whenever I get it over, whenever I get more done, of course. Coming into the summer, that's the only thing, guys. If you do see this for the next week or two, coming into the summer now is going to be tricky because I'll do lates and do, you know, long days and that there. So I always try to do one of these a week, but it doesn't seem to pan out much in the summer. It could be another couple of weeks before I get on again. I'll see how it goes. All I can do is see how it goes, because when I come in, I can be tired and I might just jump on the Warcraft and then go to bed. You know, it just depends. We shall see. But I'll always try and keep things going for recordings, at least for likes of YouTube. So. I think I've seen a clip of this where one destroys the other because he keeps talking or humming or something. No? I thought I might see it there. Ah, maybe next time. Right, where is... How do I get on my broom again? This is the next thing.
I'd spend the entire day in Hogwarts if I could.
Okay, you would. Let's see. I get... But yeah, as I said, bear with me because I need to check a few things like this again about getting on and off the broom and things like that. Where they are. Settings. Fly up, fly down. Yeah, but how do I get onto it? Dismount. E is dismount. Show control is Q, so maybe Q will do something. Okay, let me see.
Levioso.
Okay, so Q isn't doing anything.
Revelio.
That'll be helpful, is it? It's just all the spells. I didn't know. Wasn't sure if they would be attached to anything or not.
Revelio.
I'll have to look at it at some point. Never need to fly. Okay.
Welcome, everyone. I see you've already met some of the many beasts we study in this class. Though be advised, none of these creatures should be taken lightly. They are all in their own way dangerous, especially if one does not know how to handle them properly. Now, it seems many of you are out of practice. Let's take some time to review the basics of how to care for a beast, shall we? Miss
Yes.
Sweeting, would you please assist our new student with the lesson today?
Yes, Professor Howen. Hello, I'm Poppy Sweeting. Don't worry about Professor Howen's speech. She over-exaggerates sometimes. All the beasts in class are perfectly
Aw.
safe.
Miss Sweeting, pay attention, please. The tongue of a puffskein can be a slippery devil.
Yes, Professor. Here, you can practice on Gerald. Just keep an eye out for his tongue. You can use my brush. Just be gentle. Oh, and think pleasant thoughts. I like to think it enriches his experience.
What do I do? Tap T? That's a bit to send to a slot. Really? Good, that one, I suppose. Fair enough. Oh. Number 4.
That's lovely. I'm sure he feels much better. I think he might be hungry. Would you mind giving him some beast feed?
Okay then, so see him again. Let's miss that then.
What do you suppose the pellets taste like to Gerald? Pudding, I like to think. I think we can safely say that Gerald likes you.
That's good news. He seems very nice.
He is. Kindness is one of his best qualities, right after ambition. And cleanliness.
Good work, everyone. Now, let's make our way to the pens and select another beast. And please, do be careful as you feed and groom them. Miss Sweeting, why don't you show our new student to the Neasels in the farthest pen?
This way. The Neasels are over here.
They're like lynx cats or something, aren't they? That's the kind of thing they remind me of.
Oh,
I'm sure they're not.
couple of
Like,
knees or whiskers ought to get me a few canuts at least. Enough to buy something from Honeydukes. Stupid thing.
What in Merlin's name are you doing?
Tuss, peculiar Poppy. Worried about a worthless little rodent.
Her name is Persephone!
Her name is Persephone.
That's really not funny.
Let's go.
there's always one.
Those two don't belong anywhere near this class. Poachers in training. Persephone was onto them instantly. Thank you for your help. Let's carry on. Feed and brush.
What would you like me to do next, Professor?
Assist Miss Sweeting at the Neasel enclosure. She will need help brushing and feeding them. You will find it is similar to your work with the puffskins.
Enough. Just when she stopped, I thought we had this picture there. So suppose we can use this to brush them first of all. But does that feed for all of them? Maybe it is. Okay, it is. Suppose that's the safest way to do it if the animals weren't very friendly. If you had magic, of course. Let's see.
The Neasels really took to you. They know a good egg when they see one. As do I.
Aw.
It appears our time has come to an end. Please close the pens and see yourselves out. Now, here is our new student. Ah, there you are. I would like a moment, please.
Once I'm finished, only got 3 of these to do. Might as well finish it off, in case it ends up saying that I haven't completed something. You get your food too? Change it about. So the cat in the middle's like, what about mine? What about mine? No, wrong one. Number 4. Good stuff. Okay. Good stuff. Okay. And last but not least, feed him. There we are. Started. Speak. Did it speak to Poppy first? No. It says they need fed too, but well, let's see.
Hello, Professor. You wanted to speak with me?
I did. How did you find your first beasts lesson?
Short and sweet.
It was wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class.
Good. You seem to understand that when beasts are properly controlled, they can play a vital role in our lives. Some provide us with magically imbued materials, if cared for correctly, which does not include torturing them for whiskers.
Yep.
Well done, by the way. Probably best to let me handle it next time.
Yes, Professor.
They're nearly as bad as the Savagers in Rookwood's poacher pack.
Oh, you mean they the Slytherin? Yeah.
Sadly, we're the ones who suffer, stumbling over dead beasts. Terrible waste of resources.
Surely the poachers can be brought to justice by someone. The Ministry, perhaps?
Yeah, you'd like to think so.
An optimistic idea. Now, why don't we focus on more immediate matters that we can control? Professor Weasley has asked that I prepare some assignments designed to help you catch up to the other 5th years. Be on the lookout for my owl. Meanwhile, I also encourage you to study as many beasts as you can on your own time.
Okay. That means I could come back here and feed them anytime I needed to then.
Here.
If I
You need
needed to,
something,
of
Poppy?
course.
Thank you again for saying something to those brutes so that I didn't have to. You were an augury at noon in the desert.
I certainly hope that's a good thing.
It's something my gran and I say. It means that something or someone is a welcome surprise. At least, that's what we decided it meant.
I couldn't stand there and watch them harm the poor thing.
We're of a similar mind. Actually, in light of that, there's someone I'd like you to meet in the forest.
Doesn't sound worrying at all.
You've intrigued me. Very well. Lead the way.
I'd hoped I would. I wouldn't take just anyone there. In fact, you're the first.
Is it a big
Really?
spider, perhaps?
Well, thank you. I think.
As I said, we think alike. Pleasant surprise. Quite the weather we're having, don't you think?
Poppy, where are you taking me?
It really is much better if I just show you. Don't worry, we're nearly there. It's just ahead. Stand back.
Oh. A hippogriff.
Please meet
Highwing?
Highwing.
Oh, very good.
Isn't she just magnificent? Go on, introduce yourself to her. But be careful. You must always show hippogriffs the proper courtesy before you approach them.
Yeah. If you remember from Harry Potter, then there has to be a bow, and then you let them... Then you let them take the next step. They'll either bow, or they'll just not do anything, and you're like, yeah, okay. There you are, okay. It's like, fine, you can approach.
I knew it. I don't think I've ever seen a hippogriff take to someone this quickly. You can feed and brush her if you'd like. I come and check on her every once in a while. Bring her pasties, tell her what's going on in the castle. You wouldn't know from looking at her, but she's a dreadful busybody.
It's quite a nice wee game, it is. Sometimes the fights can get kind of hairy when I'm trying to, you know, have to do them a few times and get into it and blah blah blah. As you'll see in previous ones. They're all on YouTube now as well, so this one will be soon. Over July at least.
So, what did you think of Highwing?
I thought she was brilliant. Can't believe you introduced me to her.
I suspected you two might get along.
Are you the reason students have been seeing hippogriffs flying above the Forbidden Forest?
Perhaps. Did you know that once you earn a hippogriff's trust, they'll always be there for you? I've seen it firsthand with her.
How exactly did you and Highwing cross paths?
It's a longer story, but I rescued her from poachers a few years back.
Ah, okay.
Got her to safety and, well, she was fine until recently. You may have noticed that poachers are something of a problem in the area, so
Yeah.
I worry they could get her again. And I might not be there next time.
Professor Howin mentioned the poachers as well. She seemed to imply that we couldn't rely on the Ministry to help.
I don't often agree with Professor Howin, but on that, I fear she's right. The poachers' influence is growing. I see them every day in the village, lingering, talking to people. They're up to something. I'm just not sure what.
One of that's something we'll be taking head on at some
That
point
does
as
seem
well.
strange. Sounds as if they're planning something.
Exactly. I think I'm going to look into it. Find out what's going on.
Be careful.
What they're doing.
I would normally just say,
I'm not sure that's such a good idea. The poachers seem a dangerous lot.
They don't scare me. Besides, I'd do anything to keep Highwing safe.
You seem undeterred. Will you let me know what you find out?
Oh, very well. I will. I should be going, but we'll speak again soon, I hope.
yeah, I'll see you about. That's that one done at least. I would have thought,
Accio! Lumos! Reparo!
I would have thought, it should be easy enough to get on the broom. I just can't remember how. Because it'd be easier than just running and flat walking, you know. X. Next thing is Caretaker's Lunar Lament. Okay. Do-do. This is not too far.
I can't wait until...
Behaving yourselves. Oh, you're gonna see it. Just doesn't like him humming. Oh god, that's so funny. Like, I can't stand him humming anymore. I just remember seeing a clip of that on someone's YouTube before, so I thought it'd be nice to actually see it firsthand. So there we are, we did. Just have to walk past at least once and hear them humming, and then come back again and just... Very good. Let's up and up and up. Oh no, it's out here. He's just having fun. They would normally be lit, wouldn't they?
Incendio.
Right. And oh, it's different numbers. Maybe just another thing I have to do. Maybe they both have to be in the same number. Well, they are now, but doing anything. Different symbols though, so that means 1. I wonder if that means 5 and that means 1? I don't know. I think once you go up to 4 and then it goes back to 1. Not sure. Must be something like that. I'll have to find out what the code would be for that and see what it unlocks.
I haven't been called Puffskein Dunking once since you brought me that venomous tentacular leaf.
I'd rather Howin be teaching potions at shop.
Revelio. Accio. Lumos. Reparo. Levioso.
Ah, I knew there was one spell that done something. Couldn't remember what it was. There we are. It's all good. We got there. Now, where am I going? Here. Okay, someone's clapping. He opened the door. radio.
Hello again, Mr. Moon.
Oh, I was hoping to see you again, my young friend. Gladwin Moon, Hogwarts caretaker, at your service. First, please allow me to apologize if I seemed a bit unsteady when we last met. I'm afraid I had a rather disconcerting encounter. Although I hear your visit to Hogsmeade was even more eventful than mine.
I suppose you could call it eventful. I certainly wasn't expecting a troll attack.
Oh, of course not. From what I understand, the village was lucky you were there. In fact, my recent visit to Hogsmeade is the reason I was hoping to bump into you. I could use your help with something. Do you see that curious statue over there? Watch what happens when that light changes from day to night.
So I'd say we just have to wait here all day, then see what happens.
Now, if you wouldn't mind humouring me for a moment, see if you can remove the moon from the statue. Ooh, odd little contraptions, aren't they? It seems the statue vanishes once the moon is removed, which, incidentally, can only be done at night. Why don't you hold on to that one for now, and I'll explain more as we walk. Ever since that fateful day in the village, those curious statues have begun appearing about the castle. A fair number have been strewn around.
Levioso.
Someone, it seems,
Expelliarmus.
torment me. You see,
Lumos.
that day in Hogsmeade, I turned a corner and came face to face with a boggart.
Accio.
Or shapeshifter, if you will. Which takes the form of whatever scares you most. This one's a demiguise.
A demiguise?
Yes! Terrifying creature that can see the future. Wholly unnerving. I encountered one when I was a lad in Korea. Terrible.
That's the way into
Those
Hogsmeade.
statues are demiguises. The moons, I assume, are
passage.
an uninspired play on my name.
Yeah, one-eyed witch passage.
Some jackanapes used a boggart to learn my greatest fear and use it against me. I have my suspicion as to the scoundrel or scoundrels responsible. It is my hope that they will slip up and reveal themselves as the statues disappear. That is why I need your help in removing the statues.
Why me?
A couple of reasons, frankly. First, your daring do against those trolls in Hogsmeade has gained you a reputation for fearlessness. Second, as macabre and hideous as a demiguise is, most would find my fear of them unwarranted. You, however, have seen how they affect me. I'm at my wit's end, young friend. I simply can't bring myself to go near them. In fact, I know of two statues right here in the faculty tower. Perhaps you could start simply by removing them, so I can go about my evening duties.
Yes, I don't want to get in trouble.
The faculty tower. I'm not sure I should be going in there.
Oh, you needn't worry. You'll be perfectly fine if you simply mind you're not seen. First, you know how to cast a disillusionment charm, correct? You'll want to do that before wandering the tower at night. Next, you'll notice that the door is locked. However will you get in? Alahomora, that's how.
But what about curfew?
Curfew? Oh, tosh. I sense you're a bit like me when I was your age. Oh, the school was my oyster. And I took advantage of it. Oh, everyone loved me for it. Oh, those were the days. Now, you'll find one statue in the prefect's bathroom and the other in the hospital wing. Good luck. Oh, and thank you.
See. Hello, Hamura. It's a basic one for unlocking doors, but there's like several different levels of what I'm seeing. So, I wonder if it, the more you use it on certain doors that you can use it, will it then, you know, sort itself out? You know, like will it level up then?
Hello, Hamura.
What's this? Okay.
Well done! You're in! Remember, use a disillusionment charm so no one claps eyes on you. This is a restricted area of the castle, after all.
If something happens, it would just be a matter of, right, he told me to do this. Will they end up like, no, I didn't tell him to do that. Of course I didn't. Oh, the Hogwarts House Elves do an exceptional job of keeping the castle in order. They are seldom unprepared for any number of items that they encounter each day. However, only the other day, an unexpected stash of wizarding crackers went off from behind a cushion. Cacophony was most untoward, engulfing the poor elf in blue smoke and giving those of us nearby an abominable ringing in our ears for the rest of the day. I'd expect that the culprit was Peeves. Okay, Matilda Weasley. Peeves. Oh.
Hello, Hamura.
Stones. Darning Abraham. This isn't one of the rooms I need to be in, I don't think. Oh look, it actually moves as well. That's quite cool. Little Quidditch pitch. Right, well, okay.
If spying on the professors, are we?
What? Did he notice he was there? Didn't even know he was there. Just heard the voice, like, what?